I think sometimes I think this, and we'll talk about immigration. I think some of this immigration stuff was, it looks like it might have been planned. I think it's probably not a coincidence that, as the IRS scandal and Benghazi scandals were ramping up and we were going to find truth in some of these things, and all of a sudden those are taken off the table in the spotlight, and now this is an issue that has come front and center. With regard to illegal immigration, I certainly, believe, and I think anybody should say that we need to secure the borders and really secure the borders. And that, that's an issue where, like what I did at Common Core, I think we could do that with securing the borders, because they talk about we're going to secure them, we're kind of securing them. Well, if I come to you and say, look, we're going to secure the borders, I'm going to, do whatever it takes. I'm not going to vote for the continuing resolution or the debt ceiling increase unless we are absolutely certain that in X months the borders will be secured. And if they're not, then we're going to, we're not going to extend that debt ceiling past 3 months. And then in 3 months, if the border's not secured, then we're going to deal with the issue again and make sure that it gets dealt with. Those are like what I did with Common Core. That's the power of the legislature. Legislation is one thing, but really we're there to make sure that the money is spent the way that people want it to be spent, and that's where their power is. And so that's where an issue like really securing the borders, really dealing with a lot of the incentives, the free healthcare, the free Medicaid and welfare, the free education, the incentives for people to come into our country illegally. That's where you can deal with them as well. I mean, we have got to remove the incentives that have people coming in here illegally and really truly secure the border. And it's hard to have a discussion when you don't even have those two things, or at least the border secure, and then figure out how to deal with. I think that they're talking. Obama wants $3 billion to process these children. Well, I mean, you look at incentives. I would say that for every dollar that we're spending processing, we take $3 out of his vacation budget or his travel budget, or
there's a lot of money there.
There is. There's a lot of money there. Or you make it so that his pet projects, the things that he likes, will be. There's a disincentive to turn away and not deal with the issues that were these not children. A lot of them are young adults and young boys and young men. So that's some of my what I've done, how I've walked the walk, what I'll do in Washington, and with that, I'd like to thank you for coming, but I open it up to any questions. Yes, ma'am.
I don't understand the charter schools and why the purpose. Mr. Engler was the one, I believe, that introduced them to Michigan. I fully believe in the American public schools and the threat that they have had. I've got a daughter who's teaching in Mayo, which is a very small district, and getting probably $4,000 less than what the teachers up here are getting for the same work. She doesn't know whether she's going to have a pension when she gets out. She stays 3 days a week after school and works with the children, coaches them. There's no pay there. The reward is just seeing them